Hello, welcome to the how to play video for my game Pat the Pock. Pat the Pock is a flip and write card game that uses just playing cards in the sheet here. I'm going to be showing you the solo play rules, but it can be played competitively or cooperatively. Plays very similar with a couple little differences in those two play modes. So with that said, let's get right into it. All right. So Pat the Pock takes about 30 minutes to play. Suggested age is 8 plus. Can be for 1 to 2 players. We're going to go over just the solo mode. So the premise of this game is you're an improving fighter seeking to challenge elusive Pock, but he will only battle those with legendary status. So to draw him out, you must start from humble beginnings and defeat champions across the realm, honing your skills and building that reputation needed to face that ultimate foe. How that's going to translate to the game, you're going to be using these cards to learn attacks here on the sheet, and you're going to be battling champions. Every time you beat one, you're going to get 1 renown. And once you get 6 renown, so up to 12 rounds, you have up to 12 rounds to do that, then you will battle Pock. If you beat Pock, you win the game. So looking a little bit closer at this, what I call the journal, this game sheet, there's kind of 3 sections. There's the combat log. You're going to be tracking the champion's HP, their shield, how much damage you do, and then whether you earned 1 renown if you beat them. The training log is it lists all the card combinations. You're going to be doing that from a hand of cards you get, creating these every time you complete that combination. You learn it the first time, then you master it, and you'll be doing that damage. That translates to damage to the champion. And then these techniques here. You're actually going to place the technique cards under the sheet, but there's also a little helper here where you can circle them in case the cards get mixed up. We'll talk about how you earn techniques and what the advantage of those is. So now that I've kind of explained the cards a little bit, or the components here, and I'll get more in detail what all these are, let's get right into setup. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to prepare the decks. So you're going to take the face cards, and you're going to shuffle them up, the jacks, queens, and kings, to form the champion deck. And then you'll set the joker representing Pock face up next to it. Then you're going to shuffle the remaining aces through tens to form the challenger deck, since you're the challenger, challenging all these champions, and ultimately Pock. Then you'll prepare your journal. We already have that with a pencil and a copy of the sheet. It's all ready to go. And that's it for setup. So now there's kind of 2 phases of play in this game. Phase 1, you're battling champions, and then phase 2, you're the final round, you're going to be battling Pock. And for phase 1 against the champion, each round is divided into 5 steps. And so let's walk you through a round of battle. So the first thing you're going to do, first step, you're going to challenge a champion. You're simply going to flip the top card of the deck face up and put it over the previous champion if there is one there. Then what you're going to do is you're going to record the champion's hit points and their shield on your journal. You know what? This is a bad pencil. Hold on. Let me get I might just use a pen. Okay. Sorry about that. All right. So then how you're going to calculate the champion's hit points is you're going to take the round number and then and their rank. Jacks have 1 extra HP, queens have 2, and kings have 3 extra HP. So we've got a queen here with 2 extra HP. We're in round 1. So this champion has 3 hit points. Their shield is, you can either circle this or you can scribble out the other ones. Their shield are hearts, so they'll be blocking hearts. And we'll talk about how that works. All right, so that's it for the first step. Recorded the hit points and the shield of our champion. So then the second step now is we're going to battle. So what we're going to do is we're going to draw 5 cards from our challenger deck. 4, 5. And then we're going to use these cards in our hand to execute attacks by creating card combinations that are listed here in the training log. Something to note, you can only use a card for 1 attack per round. So I couldn't use these 4s for like a pair, which is one of the attacks you can do, the pair pummel, and use it for like wild strike. Can only be one of those attacks. And you can also, each unique attack, different attack, may only be executed once. So I couldn't do Wild Strike twice in the same round. So with those two things in mind, let's battle. So here are all the possible attacks, and it looks like a lot of attacks, but really you're only going to have access to a subset of these depending on what cards you have drawn. For example, like I can't even do Club Clobber, which you need 3 clubs because I don't have 3 clubs. I have 2 hearts, 2 clubs, a spade. I can't do that. Ooh, both of these hearts are going to be blocked by that champion. So this is going to make this difficult. So I may not win this battle or defeat that because I need to do 3 damage, but 2 of my cards, and it's very early, are hearts. So now I'm going to focus on training. So let's do pair pommel, and then, oh, we've actually, an ace is considered an odd, so let's do odd slot. So I get to use all 5 cards. So now that I've set up my cards and battled, I'm going to learn from those attacks. So the first time you execute a new attack in the game, you're going to fill in the damage symbols up to the L for learned. So I learned odd slot, which is 3 odd ranks. And so I'm going to fill in the damage symbols up to the L. Okay, and then I learned pair pummel. So it's just the first one. Okay. And then obviously the second time I execute that attack in the game, I'm going to fill in the last damage symbol for mastered. So I've now mastered that attack, which means I'm going to do more damage with it. So that's it for learning. So I've done these attacks and I've learned from them, or I finally mastered them. So that was step 3. So then step 4, we're going to resolve combat. So I'm going to look at all the attacks I did this round. I'm going to add up all the damage from them, and then I'll attack. Now, something to note, every card that matches the champion suit, right, is blocked by their shield. So you have to subtract 1 damage for each of those cards. So for here, Onslaught would normally do 2 damage as a learned attack, 3 once I master it. But one of those cards is a heart. So really this is only going to do 1 damage this turn. And then pair pummel normally does 1 damage. It's blocked, so it's going to do 0. So the combined damage I did this round, unfortunately, is 1. So if those had not been hearts, I would have actually been able to defeat this champion. So that's kind of a bad break. So I don't get the 1 renown. I did not defeat this champion, but we did learn some attacks. Now, that was step 4. The last thing, this is how you get even stronger, not only from learning attacks, but also technique. You're starting to formulate, your technique with your attacks. And so what you get to do is, of any of the cards that you use in an attack, so if you didn't use an attack, you can't do this, you get to store permanently 1 card as a technique. That's always going to be part of your hand now. So here, where I only had 5 cards in my hand, now I'm going to have the 5 cards in my hand next round, plus the 1 card, the 1 technique card in my hand. So let's do let's just do this ace. Now, you're going to keep the card here because it's good to move it around, but I also like that you circle it just in case your rounds hand and your technique cards get mixed up. You can always be like, oh yeah, I do own the ace of hearts as a technique. All right, and then you're going to discard the rest of your hand. So we kind of went slowly through that round with each 5 steps. It sounds like a lot of steps, so let's kind of do it a little bit faster in real time. All right, so first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to challenge a new champion. I'm going to calculate their total hit points. Round 2 plus they have 2 bonus, so they have 4. We've got scratch these out. They're blocking with clubs. Okay, I've got my technique card, and then now we're going to battle. So I'm going to draw 5 new cards from my challenger deck. Okay, what do we got here? What do we want to do? I could do... Oh man, we keep getting... They've got 4. So we keep getting bad cards. So if I did odd slot and mastered it, I would get 3. I would do 3 damage. And then wild strike. Oh, I forgot to mention this. So wild strike, you need 1 black, 1 red. You've already mastered it. It's already filled in, and it's got this X, which means it's unblockable. So in this case, the disadvantage is I'm not learning a new, I'm not learning or mastering a new attack, but it's unblockable, which means even with their shield with Wild Strike, they can't block it. I think I'm going to do that in this case. Kind of a waste. I don't really get anything new because I could do a club and a diamond. So club and a diamond would do 1 damage, but then the club's blocked. Shoot. I really want to defeat this character. I'm just trying to think if there's anything else I could do. So let's see here. Odd slots, it's going to do 3, but -1, so 2. And that's only going to do 1. Shoot, so I'm not even going to get it. Wow, man. I'm getting some bad defense. But remember, it's very early in the game. So do I want to finish odd slot anyway? Or is there something else I want to do? So maybe I don't worry about Wild Strike. I worry. So here's where, like, if I'm not going to be able to defeat the champion, I might as well work toward learning new attacks or mastering attacks. So I think I'm going to focus on that. Because I don't think I have anything else interesting. Ace 5-9. I don't have a straight, do I? No. I could do Phalor's Flank with this. Let's do... Actually, no. Yeah, that's the one I'm not using. So let's do odd slot. I want to master that. And I'm going to do suit, stab, club, diamond. Both of those get blocked. So again, that does 0. That does 2 instead of 3. So I only did 2. Okay. So now, okay, now I can't store that as a technique, but I could do one of these. So maybe for odd slot, let's go. So what do we've had? So we've had a heart and a club. Let me do this. It's an odd, it's a club because I'm only going to encounter 2 more with hearts or clubs, 2 more champions, so they won't be blocking that. So I think I'm going to do that. So let me discard those. And then let me circle that. 3 of clubs in case it gets mixed in. All right. Next round, round 3. Ooh. King of spades. All right. Hold on one sec. Hey, how's it going? Hey, I'm busy. I'm sorry. All right, is there a better time to catch you? Yeah, maybe next time. Network update. Oh, yeah. What about it?
Just going over the network updates for AT&T Fiber. Is there a better time to catch you?
Yeah, maybe, like, are you going to be around tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, yeah, come on.
All right.
All right, sorry about that. All right, so this is going to be brutal. So round 3, kings have 3, so I need to do 6 damage. This is not looking so hot in the beginning. Okay, let's battle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. So here's my hand. Okay, spade. Man, we have 2 spades. We are getting, this is pretty rough. Okay, so we're doing 3 damage here. 2, 6, 10. Ooh, Vela's Vortex, though. We could do 3, 2, 6, 10. So any of the moves that you see here that kind of have somebody's name is like a signature move of a past champion, usually associated with the specific numbers, since it's kind of like their style. They use specific cards. All right, so I could do that. I could do a pair of aces to finish out pair pummel, but what would I do with these? Let's see here. So this would do 3 damage. This would do 1 damage because 1's blocked. Shoot, I'm not going to be... Or, ooh, odd slot. So odd slot would do... Shoot, I'm going to be 1 short. No. Okay, I don't know if I'm going to be able to. That was just really unfortunate with this being a spade. So I think I want to learn Vela's Vortex, and so maybe I reuse these cards to learn something new. So this is like, if you're not going to be able to beat these champions, which this has been one of my rougher starts, I want to focus on training then instead. So let's see. Well, I don't know. Do I want to do Vela's Vortex, or maybe I do these hearts? Vela Vortex is going to be harder to pull off unless I save those as techniques. So maybe Heart Hack is good, and then I could use one of these. So I'm going to do Heart Hack instead. So that's those. And then what am I going to do with these? Man, if this was an odd... So Hard Hack does 3 damage. I don't think there's any way, that I can do any more. So what do I want to do with these? Oh, these add up to 13. So let's do that. Bacor's Bash. And then these two, man, that's really unfortunate they're wasted. Ace 5. Can I do anything with these? I don't think so. Wow, that was kind of a rough round. Okay, so we did the 3 damage here, and this did no damage, so we only did 3. Oh yeah. All right, that was a rough round. We didn't use these two, so I really only have these 3 cards. Let's do... Because I could maybe do a straight slash, which would be really strong. All right, discard those. All right, now we're in round 4. Another king. Whew, this is looking pretty brutal. 7 hearts. And I have 2 hearts. Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow, we have a lot of hearts. Wow. Okay. Well, we're flushing them out, so let's see what we've got. Man, I'm just short on that straight slash. Oh yeah, and I did not mark this 2 hearts. Ooh. All right, well, we can master Heart Hack. Or, yeah, master Heart Hack. All right, and then we'll do Gorgrim's Gash. And we do no damage with that, and we do 1 damage with that. Yikes. Yikes, yikes, yikes. Okay. So now what I'm going to do, I don't think I've seen a lot of 9s. So now we've always got a Heart Hack already in our technique cards. Which, let me do the 5 of hearts. So we always have 3 hearts, or we're really close to Gorgrim's Gash if we want to do something else, or we have a ton of hearts. 2 of the heart champions have already been out. So we've already encountered them. All right, come on. We got to get a win here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, 2 spades. But it's a jack. I'm kind of skipping around the steps. All right, so we got a jack. This should be easy. 1 extra HP, round 5. Yes, 2 of them are spades, but I think we're okay. All right, so we still don't have a 4 to do a straight slash. So we need to do 6 damage. Is there anything new we can do? Did we get a 9? We didn't get a 9. Ooh, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if I did this, I would get a straight slash, which would only do 2 damage. But then I could do clobber. Okay, yeah, let's do that. I like that. So I'm going to do this straight slash. So we learned that. I'm going to do paired pummel. And then I'm going to do heart hack, which we've already mastered. So we do 4 damage. 4 damage. 2 more damage. So 6. So we've done that. And then another 2 damage. So we did 8 that time. Wow, we would have done better there, but we're getting more and more cards. The cards worked out in our favor. So even though we used both of these, we still did 2 damage with that straight slash. So this is getting helpful that we're getting more powerful. All right. So with that, we've got a straight slash, and I just really need a 4. So I don't think I'm going to take any of those cards because I could always get away with that. So maybe we do the 6 spades. All right. So 6 of spades. Okay, we got our first renown. 5 more to go. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's mark our king. 6 plus 3 is 9. They're blocking clubs. Let's see how many clubs we have. Wow, we have a handful of clubs. That's not great. Okay. So what can we do here? So we need to do 9 damage. Oh, we did get that 4. So we could do a straight here. We could do diamonds and a pair of aces. I guess we're not using this 2. So let's see here. So diamond dive would do 3 damage. This would do 3 damage. And this would do 2. Shoot, we're 1 short. All right. So this. Trying to think if there's anything else we can do. 3, 4. Man, okay. Is there any way to use these 3 cards? So we've got odd, odd. These are the cards that we're not using. And if that was an odd, I think we would have enough. Or if one of these wasn't, well, we got unlucky with that. All right, let's finish this out. So we got the straight slash, which is because of the 2 clubs, is only doing 3 damage. This is doing 3 damage. This is doing 2. I'm 1 short to do anything else. Okay, so I think we did 8. Man, that is a shame against that king. All right. So I'm going to save the 4. I don't know if that's a smart play or not. All right, round 7. So we need to kind of start winning these, or else we're not going to do so good. Okay. All right, I forwarded the video a little bit where I played a couple more rounds. And so I just finished the round where I defeated the 6th champion I needed to defeat for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 renown. So now we're going to go to the final round against Pak. So Pak, you just put on top of the deck the last champion. And now how you calculate Pak's HP is you're going to take the number of rounds it took you to get 6 renown, and then you're going to add 6 to his health. So he would have, it took 11 rounds plus 6, 17. Now he has no shield, so we should be able to use all of our cards against him. So let's see if we can come up with 17. All right. So you can see I've learned quite most of the attacks. Got a good variety of cards here. Let's see. 2, 3. I've got an ace. So if I did ace 2, 3, there's my straight slash for 5 damage. Wow, 17 is a lot. If we do 8, 5, 9 for Gorgrim's Gash, that's 4. So let's move these over. Now I can not worry so much, actually, since I won't need to save these. So there's my straight slash. There's Gorgrim's Gash. Let's see, how else can we do this? There's Heart Hack. Do 3 diamonds. Let's see. So 5, 4 is 9. Wait, no, I can't do 2, or yeah, I can't do hearts twice. Or no, that's Gorgrim's Gash. So that's 4, 4, 8, 12, 17. So I didn't even have to use these. So I could have done, what could I have done with this? So if I would have done these 2, I would have had 2 more. So I could have done a potential, or I did do 19. So I did 2 more damage, and I was able to defeat Pak. So yeah, that's how you play Path to Pak. Still doing some play testing, make sure that these are interesting variety of attacks. I didn't use Krygar's Crush. It might be a little too difficult to utilize versus the slash, so maybe I'll get rid of it or change it out. If it turns out that Pak has a little too low health, I need to test out at different phases. You know, if you finish it in round 6 to 8 versus 9 to 11 versus 12, does that make Pak easier or harder? So these are the things I'm going to be testing out a little bit more. Yeah, I see that these 2, I didn't really use the 2 signature abilities. I wonder if they're a little too hard. Although I did use gash quite a bit. I guess that you have to build toward. So it gives you a couple options there. But yeah, so that's really the last two things I'm going to be testing out is Pak too easy, too hard, just right? Is a good variety of attacks? Any way that I can improve and streamline the rules and the gameplay. But yeah, so that's how you play Path to Pak. And thanks for watching.